Welcome, crypto fam, to number one daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis. We'll also be discussing the latest news with Trump. In fact, actually a lot going on here. Trump set to share a bold vision. He shared actually earlier on X, turning the US into the crypto capital of the planet. We'll also be discussing Trump's fourth NFT collection sees 2.2 million in sales, as well as BlackRock launches an Ethereum ETF in Brazil, as well as the latest surrounding the Telegram CEO Pavel, charged and released and barred from leaving France. We're also going to be discussing Bitcoin on the cusp of entering a parabolic phase. If history repeats itself, I'll be sharing the timeline as well as the targets, as well as breaking news. Max Keiser says Palestine could have bought Israel by now had they taken his advice and adopted Bitcoin back in 2013. I'll be sharing all this as well as a very bold prediction from the high priest. All this plus so much more in today's show. Welcome everyone to the stream. JV live and in the flesh. I'm going to be streaming over the course of the next couple of hours, so make sure to share this on X, Rumble, YouTube, where we're streaming live right now. And if you guys can pin the live stream over on X, is greatly appreciated. Shout out to everyone in the live chat. Shortcoin Oracle, JBZ James, what up? Digital Dankness, Nippinators nippinating right now. Good to see you guys. Vic Shoots, what it do? Darth Melda, yabba dabba doo. JV, I'm on time today. My cat bit my chin to wake me up and feed her. Well, shout out to your cat for waking you up right in the nick of time. Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. That's right.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day. Maybe I need a life. But Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Welcome everyone to the stream. You're going to notice the stream is already pinned at the top of my X profile. If you guys can heart it up, repost it. Anyone who reposts the stream is going to get shouted out, reposted, and followed back. So it's a win-win. We appreciate that. Shout out Greg. On a side note, Israel is not for sale, no matter how many Bitcoin you have. Dankness says, I'd be a millionaire if I got into the biddies when I was first told about it. Too bad I was stubborn. But I'm here now, and that's what matters. Amen. Robert, Panama in the building. Good to have you here. Shout out Panama. Bitcoin 25,000 in play. Then the Allah candle 150,000 to 370,000 guaranteed. What up, ninjas? That's right. What up, my ninja brethren? What's poppin'? What's good? Best show ever. Thank you, Zane. I just reposted your comment. That's very kind of you, and I just followed you back. I'm now your 20th follower. So much respect, and thank you for joining us on the live here today. Lots to share. A lot going on in the news here. Apple has a crypto tap payment option. Nice. Solana to zero, XRP to zero, and Cardano to zero. Curious, is Charles Hoskinson still missing? That was the story yesterday. They said 4 days missing in action. No one knows where he's at. So I'm curious, is he still missing in action? Let me know. Let me know. Because that's pretty wild. And it's crazy. We're still hovering around 60,000, but at least we bounced back from the low just the other day. So 60 G's, let's go.
Bitcoin, 60 G's, 60 G's. Buying opportunity for fifth level 60 G's. What do you think, JV? Oh, by the biddy, who cares about a roaring kitty? A boring kitty, not me. I'm for the big T.
I'm for the Nippinator, I'm for Nipsey.
Not for the weirdo Kit Kat, kitty cat, the kitty cat. I'm
Stacking the sats, stack them sats. Welcome everyone just joining the stream. We're live and in the flesh right now. Spread the word. Hide your kids, hide your wives. JV is live and in the flesh. ETH to 100. $99 trillion Bitcoin for sale. I got 99 problems. Bitcoin ain't one. Hit me. Hit the like, you bunch of degens. Thank you for the reminder, Mr. Beezy. Shout out to all the members of the channel for supporting us. Respect. Shout out Crypto Surge. Good to see you. Shout out Adam. Shout out Muhammad. The rest of the fam. Smash and like and subscribe. Amen. Slam harder than Onyx. Dun 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 dun. Let the boys be boys. JV's coming through with the heat. Miami style, Sammy G. The combination made my funds bleed. Charles chilling with Elon. Oh, word? You talking about Hoskinson here? Are they together for real? Muhammad, you think Bitcoin going to drop sub 25? That's a bearish sentiment. If I ever saw one, you sure not missing a zero on that, making it a 250? I'll give Muhammad his respect. He's been calling for 25,000 like for a long time. I don't think it's obviously the most likely scenario either, but you got to respect the call. So thank you, Muhammad. And but yeah, I think we're more likely to hit 250 as well, Dankness. Thank you. When I got my car service, they hooked it up and they gave me a free hat. Can't beat that. I'll take it. It actually fits pretty good, this hat. The only downside, it doesn't have a Bitcoin logo on it, but it's all good. Evening from Scotland. Shout out Scotland. Buy signals are strong right now. Word up. Welcome everyone joining the stream. Again, anyone who reposts the stream over on X is going to get shouted out. So first and foremost, shout out Max Keiser. He reposted both my tweets for the show this morning or this afternoon. So shout out to the high priest. Shout out K-Jam. Always appreciated, brother. Dabba dabba doo. Shout out Shandy. JV is live on the Rumble. We're live on all the platties. That's right. Thank you, JC. Appreciate you. K-Jam, I see you got like a ton. I'm going to repost some of them. Appreciate it. Thank you, Zane, as well. Pam Powers. Anyone else reposting the stream? Always greatly appreciated. Fire. That's right. We got that fire. We're keeping it lit. And we already got a ton of hearts and reposts. So thank you guys. I'm going to be checking the feed throughout the stream. When Lambo. Is Lambo accepting Bitcoin payments? I know the Rari is. I think Porsche as well. So Porsche or Rari, YouTube blocking me yet again. If Bitcoin hits 25 Gs, I'll take a bit out of the John McAfee. Word. Y'all talking about Signal, the nippy nadars are moving a lot. I think Trump is on your schedule, JV. Every time you go live, he talks. Great minds think alike, and so they say. So I'm not surprised. Just reposted. Thank you, Vic. Shout out Casey. Shout out Iron Crypto. Shout out Lasercat. The French forced Russia and China to adapt Bitcoin for the new M-Bridge system, their new trade system, huh? Word up. Thank you, Silver Spike. I just reposted your brother. Always appreciated. Much respect in the hood. But anyways, yeah, before we dive right in, everyone, if you're new to the channel, important to smash the likes, which are the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications. And then, yeah, today is pod episode number 1744. I'm your host, JV. It's August 29th, 2024. It's a Thursday. We did correct past couple of days. I think we even tapped 57, 58. Today, we're bouncing back. We're at roughly 59.5. We were at 61 when I woke up this morning. And to expect more extreme volatility, as I've been preaching, especially at a time like this. So volatility equals life force. Checking out, we'll do our market watch. Just give me a second to pull her up. Coin 360 here. You can see Bitcoin up roughly 0.75% thus far in the day at the time of the live. We have Ether up 1%, trading back above 2,500. Solana XRP currently correcting, while Cardano, Tron, and Litecoin are also in the green. And has anyone heard from Charles Hoskinson? Let us know. Yesterday, there were reports that no one heard from him in 4 days and that he was missing. I don't know if he has been discovered. So if you have any insights, holler. And checking out CoinMarketCap.com. The current crypto market cap sits at 2.09 trillion, so just above 2 trillion. And the Bitcoin market cap in particular is 1.17 trillion. And 24-hour volume is roughly 69 billion. Can you say 69 Gs? And then, of course, Bitcoin dominance back on the climb, 56.2%, with the Ether dominance, which has been pretty stagnant in the 14% level. And checking out top 100 crypto within the top, the top gainers. We have Flare up 8%, Leo up 4%, and Rune up a modest 3.5%. Not too many gains overall, as the majority of the market is currently correcting and in the red. But let me know what alts you're currently bullish on. And I think it's Michael Jackson's birthday today as well. So happy birthday to the King of Pop. And checking out the crypto bubbles on the daily. Oh, wow. Maybe 80 to 85% of the market in the green, but it just updated, unfortunately, and I take that back. 60% of the market in the green. And zooming out on the month, things change that fast in crypto family from the morning to the afternoon. But nonetheless, checking out for the monthly, sad to say, 90% of the market Rec City. Some of these alts down over 30%, which is pretty sad, but to be expected. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're currently rated 29 fear. Yesterday, 30 fear. And last week, a 39 in fear. And last month, 67 in greed. The significance is quite simple. Here's what it says right directly here. Extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried, which is typically a great buying opportunity. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction, which ultimately means the lower this number goes, the more likely of a pump. The higher the number goes, the more likely of a dump. And it's that simple. And checking out the time chain calendar, we can see what block we're currently on for the Bitcoin blockchain. It's 858,992. And so we have roughly 191,000 more blocks until the next halving, scheduled to take place most likely in April of 2028. And you can currently get 1,654 sats for $1 US. And so it'll cost you roughly ballpark $600 right now to become a Satoshi millionaire. So there you have it, yo. Welcome everyone just joining the stream. Next, we'll be pulling up some of the live charts when we do our technical analysis, and then we'll get into all the stories, all the headlines, and everything popping and crack-a-lacking. Don't worry, they found him, like the guy that found the Epstein wink wink. Oh boy. Drift also is K-Jam. Good to see you, buddy. Bullish on Drift. Tron is always doing well since I bought it years ago. Nice. Michael Jackson chillaxing with Tupac and Elvis. Probably so. Why is Tron doing well? The Tron network minted over $1 billion in USDT about 2 weeks ago. Something has to give, says Greg. Word up. Welcome everyone joining us. Already 500 people on the stream. We should have a pretty lit session here. So welcome. We're going to be streaming for the next couple of hours. Spread the word. It's always appreciated. Repost the stream. I'm going to be checking the X feed throughout the entire stream. Good stuff. Thank you, Clevelander. Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV. Cheers to that.
Ain't no thing, baby, it's a chance to stack those sats, chance to stack those big T's. Baby, you never heard about me
with another coin.
Bitcoin.
I got my mind on my Bitcoin and my Bitcoin on my mind. 60 G's, a buying opportunity. Simple as that. Shout out Chandy10 Music. Make sure to subscribe to her channel as well. She produced that epic track, and a lot of the songs we play are Chandy10 Music exclusives, which you can find on her channel along with the music videos. And also you can follow her over on X. And make sure to also follow the one and only Oracle. Her username is JC Ice over on X. She just surpassed 1,000 followers, which is pretty amazing. Shout out Michael Hicks. What up, brother? You the man. Right back at you, brother. Bitcoin on my mind. That's right, short coin. Tron is going to zero, says Muhammad. What do you got to say to that, JC? RL Sweezy. MJ didn't do any of that BS. Hey, innocent until proven guilty. I didn't see any evidence. I feel ya. What if Charles Hoskinson does a Satoshi? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What a thought, Serge. What a thought. Just goes missing. The Oracle, the one and only, Don, the one and only. But let's keep it moving. We got a lot to share already. 800 people on the stream. The stream is blowing up. 1,100 today. Congratulations. So you're on track, over 100 new followers per day. Keep it up. Pretty inspiring. 60 G's. That's right. You already know. But yeah, let's dive into today's astrology for the broskies. And we'll also pull up some of the live charts. Here we go. The headline here reads, Bitcoin traders are waiting for 62 as 3% Bitcoin price gains eat up the liquidity. Oh, that's right, yo. Here you're looking at the 1 hour chart. Bitcoin sought to reclaim 60 G's, baby, around the August 29th Wall Street Open as the U.S. macro data spread the bulls major volatility. That's right. Data from TradingView track local highs of roughly 61,000 on Bitstamp, marking Bitcoin price gains of 3% on the day. Not too shabby. Now, these came as U.S. jobless claims and GDP figures broadly adhere to expectations, with the former narrowly missing the forecast levels. The numbers had little impact of the market expectations for the future financial policy changes, and the latest estimates from the CME Group's FedWatch tool showed markets continuing to bet on a 0.25% interest rate cut by the Fed's Reserve in September, referring to the Federal Reserve. In fact, I shared a meme earlier on X, and it was one of those funny memes, and it's like, who do you think's going to win the election? And then the girl in the back seat is like, the Federal Reserve, because they're going to print regardless of who is in office. So Bitcoin will also be the big winner of this election, family. Just point out the obvious. But anyways, quoting them here, QCP, we believe that any dip in equities and crypto will be short-lived. With Powell and the Fed ready to kickstart the rate cut and cycle, increased liquidity will eventually push the risk assets higher. We are finally on the cusp of a rate cut and cycle. Amen to that. Bitcoin thus aimed to provide light relief to those hoping for the upside continuation. Data from CoinGlass revealed attempts to block the upside with liquidity struggling on the shorter time frames. Quoting them here, will it hold? Do you think it'll hold? And Rec Capital shared so far so good. The retest continues to be successful. As the week goes on, Bitcoin has also been forming higher lows since early July, as pointed out here by the analysts. That's right. Now looking ahead, we have another analyst by the name of Jelly, and I ain't talking about Jelly Roll, emphasized price reclaiming 62,000, an area where the liquidity nonetheless thinned out in the recent days. Quoting him here, environment remains predatory, which means, do we got Biden here? I didn't see his name, but nonetheless, which means your best bet remains to sit on your hands. Above 62,000 could turn into a stronger trending move again. In an earlier post, eyed a higher low in the making while also flagging 65 G's, baby, as a key level to revisit should strength sustain. And I agree with that. Absolutely. 65 in play. We're on the cusp of 60,000 right now. We're tinkering there. It seems to be 60,000 is the line in the sand, especially at this time. So hopefully we climb back above. We hit 65, we retap 70, and then we re-enter price discovery. Currently sitting at $73,800. Here's some of the live charts. This is brought to you by TradingView via Coinbase. You can see we're currently hovering at roughly 59,400. This is the hourly chart. We do have some targets. The bullish target right now is 62,600, and we do have a bottom playing out. The bottom, it looks like, was 58.6, the current bottom here. And zooming out, we'll check out the 4 hour chart, and we'll get some different looks from different perspectives, live and in the flesh. You can see, unfortunately, big red candle past 4 hours. We're looking to break. Like I said, we tapped roughly 61, and then we just crashed back down to 59 with that big red candle. We'll keep an eye on that. And zooming out, we'll check out the daily. And I ain't talking about Carson daily. So yeah, two big red candles past couple of days. Unfortunately, we'll see where we go from here. We're either going to continue testing the lower levels, or we'll continue back above 60,000. Can go either way, in all honesty. There's no telling. And checking out the 1 week, we still have that very uber bullish cup and handle sitting at 125,000, looking lit as a candle. And a Godzilla candle, that is. And also checking out the monthly real quick. You can see we've had quite a bit of sideways trading action past few months. Unfortunately, July and June were bearish monthly closes, and I think this month is shaping up to be one, unless we can get above 65,000 within the next couple of days. But I have faith. I think September things turn bullish again, personally. But let me know your thoughts and where you stand. Where do you feel the price action will likely take us next? Holla at your boy. Shout out Mateus. Just gifted a membership of the channel. A MicroStrategy membership gifted to David Nelson. You've been hooked up, so that goes to show you it pays. The 1,300 people watching the stream right now on X, head on over to the YouTube channel, because if you're in the chat, you have an opportunity to win when people gift memberships, and people like Mateus are notorious for gifting memberships. If you don't know, now you know. And the direct YouTube link is cryptonewsalerts.net. Point out the obvious. U.S. national debt, $35 trillion. Amen. Tax policies are insane right now. Did you see the proposed policy for Kamala? They're upping capital gains tax from 20% to 45%, and they're adding a new tax called unrealized taxes on unrealized profits. So if you own real estate, it starts collecting some equity, you're going to have to pay taxes on it. Pretty insane. Crazy insane or insane crazy? You tell me. Cardano cheese has been found. The Chucky Cardano, they found him. Good. Is he good? They found him. Vacation in Mount Denali, Alaska. Now, I don't know if you guys are being honest or pulling my leg here, but let me know. So I take your word for it. If you tell me they found them, they found them. And it's final. But welcome, family. Welcome, everyone joining the stream. We got 1,400 people here live and in the flesh. We're about to continue. Happy 420. We just finished covering our latest astrology for the broski. Shout out Abel Gonzalez. What up, family? Any news if Dell is buying Bitcoin? Ooh, we talk about Michael Dell. There was a lot of news. I didn't see anything finalized that they pulled the trigger, but they may have, because they don't have to announce it until they do maybe their annual or quarterly reporting, typically when they'll announce it. But remember, he posted the Cookie Monster eating Bitcoin, and then he was reposting Michael Saylor. So what does that tell me? He's a Bitcoiner and probably hasn't announced it yet, whether it's him personally as a billionaire getting exposure to the biddy, or whether it's his company, him being one of the richest people in the world. Either way, it's a major, major win. But yeah, I didn't have any updates. Blessings from Dorado Beach, Puerto Rico in the building. DJ Wednesday, let's go. Yeah, JV, there's a picture of him in a chopper on X. Thank you, KJam, for the confirmation. So Huskinson is safe. People keep trying to tell me the price is going down. I personally think we're much closer to the bottom than the top. Started from the bottom, now we here.
Bitcoin. But I don't sweat it because it's just pathetic to let it get me involved.
And shout out to the one and only High Priest. I appreciate the repost, Max Keiser. Thank you, brother.
And that sell on the dip crowd, sell on the dip crowd, dip sell, dope sell, nope sell, no.
So this is a result when Max shares the stream live. Notice there's already 1,600 people here. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty lit stream. We should have over 3,000 before the end of the stream. Makes a big difference when an influencer reposts you. So again, shout out to the High Priest. The unrealized capital gains tax proposal for the high net worth, 100 million plus. Oh my God. In tech stock for the tangible class assets. Sorry, I'm nowhere close to having to worry about that. I enjoy 99.9% of this channel, and I'm extremely supportive of the community, and didn't realize the level of immaturity with the slight criticism is brought up. I don't know what you're referring to, but I appreciate you being here, and respect, Mr. Bitcoin Lane. What it do? Mr. Bitcoin, stick around. It only gets better. Welcome home.
Bitcoin sell. I'm no sellout. Bitcoin. Roger out. Roger out.
But anyways, fam, keep the comments flowing. If you haven't figured it out, this is a live and interactive show, first and foremost. So very important to be following us on the YouTube channel, cryptonewsalerts.net. That way you can interact in the chat. All the comments you see on the screen are coming from the YouTube channel. If you don't know, now you know. And in between the stories of the news, we always check, and I read comments. And at the end of the show, we'll do a live Q&A segment, which is always fun. But anyways, next story, let's discuss Trump's vision. He dropped something this morning on his X account talking about America being a crypto hub for cryptocurrency. So let's discuss this. The headline reads, Trump set to share his bold vision, turning the U.S. into the crypto capital of the planet. Even better, crypto capital of the entire world. Very bold claim there from Trump. That's right. Trump's X page is a-buzzing with activity, as the former U.S. Prez has been posting regularly since his chat on X with Elon Musk. His sons Eric Trump and Donald Trump Jr. have been dropping hints about a new DeFi project that, according to Eric, is centered on digital real estate. Actually quite interesting. In fact, there was also a tweet just the other day from Mario Nafal. I'll read it, and then I'll read you what Max wrote, and then I'll get back to the story. Trump family launching World LibertyFi crypto project. Trump is reportedly backing a new crypto finance initiative being launched by his sons, Eric and Donald Trump Jr., called World LibertyFi. The project aims to put the power of the finance back in the hands of the people and challenge the crooked banks and financial institutions that Eric Trump claims are denying the banking services to over half the country. Few details are known about the World LibertyFi's specific features or launch plans, but the Trump sons have framed it as part of the broader revolution in decentralized finance to modernize unfair and antiquated system. The family's warning to the public is to be wary of any scams using similar names, stating all official information will come directly from verified channels. That's right. Trust nobody. Verify everything. Good advice there. But here's Max's response. So stupid. And let's get back to the story. To keep everyone in the loop, the duo also launched a Telegram channel called World Liberty Financial. So that's the name of it. And they plan to share updates on the venture. On Thursday, the Telegram channel admin shared a post saying President Donald J. Trump has tweeted about World Liberty Financial. Let's show our support and keep pushing together. So there you go. And in the accompanying video, Trump outlines his vision to ensure that the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet. Maybe that's the one he revealed this morning on X. That's right. It comes on the heels of Trump unveiling his fourth NFT project, which is another one. To date, World Liberty Financial Telegram channel and X has been tight-lipped about specific details on the project. However, they have issued warnings to stay vigilant against the WLF projects and scams, like the fake versions of them. So pretty fascinating. And in other headlines, Trump's fourth NFT collection sees $2.2 million in sales. The subheadline reads, Donald Trump's latest NFT collection sparks criticism, with some describing the former president's crypto push as a grift. Now, from my understanding, this particular NFT collection is launched on the Ordinals protocol, which is the NFT version for the Bitcoin blockchain. As you know, he has many other NFT collections as well. I'm not really going to dive deep into that here today. But nonetheless, let me know your thoughts on all of that. And what are your thoughts on Trump's new DeFi project? Let me know, and I'll read your comments out loud. Let's go. More likes for the JV. Appreciate it, Mateus. Let's get it. He should choose his stories, he says. Word up. Who are you referring to? SEC so reckless. What the frick? And they want votes. Oh, yeah. And yesterday was breaking news. The SEC and Mr. Gensler are going after the largest NFT marketplace, which is called OpenSea. And I think they're delivering, or in the process of delivering, a Wells notice, which means they're accusing them of selling unregistered securities. So now the SEC is trying to make the case that NFTs are unregistered securities. So if you don't know now, you know. Good afternoon, Overkill. What it do? Well, that's my opinion, says Zach. Opinions are always welcome. Opinions are welcome. Ando, RWA, right on, yo. Are those other projects you're bullish on, brother? I am never selling. I'm not freaking selling. I'm not selling. That's right. I agree, Chandy, says Diana. The SEC may seem wrecked, but they are bound by law, and they are not a criminal enforcement agency. It all goes before a judge, typically the U.S. Federal District Court. Thanks for the insights there, Greg.
It's red panty night when you decide to find me, yeah? Back at home with your wife. It's a celebration.
Orange panty night for the broskies anytime Bitcoin is sub 60,000. So that's the line in the sand. So it is orange panty night this evening, broskies. Do enjoy yourselves out there. Back at your home with your wives. It's a celebration. It's a celebration. It's a full moon. I need to know why I don't feel it. Oh, snap. Typically, when there's a full moon, you're going to write a new song. Numbers suck. What numbers are we referring to? There you go, Zach. If you're going to talk ish about JV, you can take that ban. Yeah, so one rule, we do honor opinions and free speech, but if you're disrespectful to anyone, including moderators, including the host of the channel and the show and the stream, moderators are probably going to mess them up. You know what I mean? Because something called respect is very important in my world. I don't know where you guys are from, but we respect each other here. We're a family. Listening to Trump at the same time, JV, Trump apparently is on your schedule and talks when you do. Crazy, right? Orange shoe night. There you go, Dirty. Keep it orange. 100. Trump speaks in 30 minutes, hopefully mentioning the biddy. Well, considering what he posted on X earlier and considering he just launched his 4th NFT collection and it happens to be on the Bitcoin blockchain, very good probability he drops Bitcoin and mentions it. The Bitcoin Panties for Bitcoin booth was at Nashville. My girl got nice panties for Bitcoin. Bitcoin panties for the world. Orange Panty Night. How else are we going to celebrate? But anyways, family, keep the comments flowing. Greatly appreciate it. Let's continue with where we left off. Next story. BlackRock launches Ether ETF in Brazil. That's right. BlackRock's expanding its crypto product offering overseas. August 28th, the company listed its Ethereum ETF through a depository receipt on Brazil's stock exchange B3. According to the local reports, retail and institutional investors can now trade the iShares Ethereum Trust under the ticker ETHA39 in the country. The depository receipt is a security representing shares in a foreign company or a fund. It is typically traded at the local currency and backed by the original asset. Now, as BlackRock introduces its Ether ETF to the local market, the shares will be offered at a price equivalent to 1/3 of their original value. Now, according to Max Keiser, Larry Fink is his employee of the month. Now, go get your shine box, Larry. Just saying. Meanwhile, management fees will be set at a 0.25% per year, in line with those charged in the United States. However, during the first year of trading or until ETH reaches $2.5 billion in assets under management, these fees will be halved to 0.12%. The asset manager introduced its Ethereum ETF just a few months after launching its iShares Bitcoin Trust in the country, which went live January 11th and has been a tremendous success. I believe they already achieved over 20 billion in volume, just BlackRock alone. Also, through this depository receipt, BlackRock's director in Brazil, Cristiano, said that the local interview that the fund will meet the country's growing demand for the crypto assets. Quoting him here, IBIT is the fastest growing ETF in the history over a 3-month period. This shows that there was pent-up demand for the product. BlackRock's strategy is to meet this demand and make it easier for the investors to access these digital products within the capital markets. Brazil was one of the first markets to allow trading of crypto-tied products on a stock exchange. And with BlackRock's new fund, investors of the country will have 15 ETFs or depository receipts offering exposure to digital assets. Back in July, local regulators approved the world's first spot Solana-based ETF, which is expected to go live in the coming months. So obviously, Bitcoin kicked it off back in January, and then ETH is now live, and apparently Solana is going to be next. And according to B3 director Philip B., 180,000 investors hold crypto products worth nearly 5.5 billion Brazilian reals, which is roughly 1 billion USD. Crypto trading volume in the country reached $6 billion in the first 5 months of 2024, marking a 30% increase from the previous year. Now, Brazil obviously is a massive population. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it is probably the largest population in South America. There's probably hundreds of millions of people, I'm going to assume. So that could be pretty substantial, but I'm not so bullish on the Ethereum ETF because I don't look at Ethereum as a store of value, unlike Bitcoin, which has a finite limited supply. The Ethereum total supply is the infinity sign, which to me means it's like a representation like a dollar. They can always print more. So I kind of look at Ethereum more classified to me, in my opinion, more now like a tech stock. Whereas Bitcoin is a true decentralized cryptocurrency. It's immutable. They can't turn back the ledger, which they can and have done on Ethereum blockchain. Has a finite limited supply, clearly. Bitcoin versus Ethereum, which has an infinite supply. So just based on those characteristics alone, can't really compare the two. Totally two different use cases here. He has 2 speeches today referring to Trump. Right on. He knew you were talking about the song. Greg agreed. You're saluting those who have worn it before and will after. They will their blood, sweat, and tears for others. That's why I salute the firefighters that also give their lives for others. Amen. Respect to all the heroes. Right now, he is talking to Michigan. Then tonight in Wisconsin, 00 Trump, 007. Still want to go schlong on the biddy. Sometimes you got to go schlong on the biddy. KJM. Yeah, but Bitcoin is never on his radar. Who are you referring to? Are we talking about Trump there? Let me know. Let me know. Go get your shine box, Larry. That's right, Short Coin. Go get your shine box, Larry. Employee of the month. Employee of the month alert. Employee of the month, Larry Fink, Mr. Lawrence Fink. And welcome everyone joining the stream. Already 2,200 people here, and we're just getting rolling. We got another 90 minutes. We're going to be live. So if you guys can repost the stream on X, it's greatly appreciated. You're going to notice it already pinned at the top of my profile. We already got 38 hearts and 17 reposts, and anyone who reposts it is going to get shouted out. And if you can repost it with a quote, I'll repost your repost, and also I'll follow you back. My guarantee to you guys. Shout out Brian. I appreciate the price predictions for 2025 on the back of my post. Cheers. I have to look those through. Good stuff. And welcome everyone just joining the stream. Get this, Grayscale has Bitcoin be NYSE traded fund. The lowest fee of them all is 0.15%. WTH. Heck, what the heck? Why didn't they just offer their GBTC clients to the new fund? There's something very odd. Agreed with Grayscale. There's been a massive amount of outflows of all of their ETF products, not just the recent ETH product launch, but also obviously with Bitcoin. They, I think, used over 300,000 Bitcoin worth of outflows. At one point, Grayscale had over 600,000. They were the largest holder of the Bitcoin, and now BlackRock has surpassed them. Trump is holding off talking on Bitcoin. He needs RFK's help. Well, RFK, come on, man. We need your help. The wrestler from Parts Unknown is the only Kamala I trust. ETH would like to be a tech stock, but it will just be another Kodak. Word. Welcome, Jason Buck. Welcome, Brian. Welcome to the rest of the fam. We're going to continue because we do got a lot to share. We got a jam-packed session here. Make sure to subscribe to Chandy 10 Music. Later, we'll be playing some more of her music videos that are up on her channel. The #1 Bitcoin music channel, hands down. But anyways, let's discuss our next story of the day. Here's the latest with the Telegram CEO, Pavel. He was recently detained, and it sounds like he was set up by the president of France, who invited him for a sit down. He came in a private plane with some supermodel chick, and apparently the supermodel chick may have been like an agent setting him up as well. But long story short, he was detained. I believe they just released him, and now they're pressing charges against him. Some believe it's just an attack on free speech because he refused to hand over the backdoor of Telegram to the authorities. Matrix attack could very well be. But anyways, let's discuss what's really going on here. The headline reads, Telegram CEO Pavel charged and released and barred from leaving France. So it looks like he's detained in France at the moment. Pavel, the founder and CEO of the messaging app Telegram, has been released from custody after being charged by French authorities and placed under judicial supervision following a court appearance. According to an August 28th Bloomberg report, French prosecutors said they charged him with criminal offenses related to his role at Telegram. He was barred for leaving France and required to post bail of 5 million euros, which is roughly 5.5 million USD, before being released from custody. A widely shared video of Russian state-owned news outlet RIA shows Pavel walking free from a Paris courtroom on August 28th. Police delivered Pavel to court after being detained at an airport north of Paris on August 24th. Authorities initially extended the Telegram CEO custody to August 28th, when he was expected to either be released or face charges in court. After his arrest, prosecutors said the Telegram founder had been taken into custody as part of the judicial investigation from July against person unnamed. The charge included complicity with illegal activity, refusal to communicate to the authorities, money laundering, criminal association. Sounds like they're throwing the book at him, and providing cryptology services without prior declaration. Precisely something they would do to someone who doesn't turn over their free speech platform to the government. French prosecutors allege Pavel was complicit in helping spread child porn, come on, and facilitating illicit activities through Telegram. I'm very sus about these charges personally, because it seems very similar to what they did to Andrew and Tristan Tate, who also speak the truth and refuse to be censored. He also reportedly faces child abuse allegations in Switzerland that are unrelated to the French case. And I researched this one the other day. He has a baby mama with 3 children, and he was paying the baby mama like 167,000 euros per month. And immediately when he stopped paying, he got hit with these charges that he was abusing the child. Go figure. I've heard this playbook before. But anyways, these are all allegations currently, family. Many of Pavel's defenders criticized French authorities for taking the Telegram CEO into custody, claiming the move represented an attack on freedom of expression. Bingo! And as of 2024, Telegram had more than 900 million monthly active users. Whoa. Having Pavel answer in court for messaging app users conducting illegal activities or sharing illicit content may set a precedent for other heads. So it's equivalent to like a criminal using Facebook. What is it called now? Meta, or using Instagram, and then holding Zuckerberg responsible and liable for whatever the criminal did who happened to just be using Facebook. It makes no sense. That's like making the gun manufacturer liable if a criminal pulls a trigger and murders somebody. Makes no logical sense whatsoever. Now, here's what whistleblower Edward Snowden had to say. The arrest of Pavel is an assault on the basic human rights of speech and association. I am surprised and deeply saddened that Macron has descended to the level of taking hostages as a means of gaining access to private communications. It lowers not only France, but the world. Very powerful words. Now, here's another tweet. Again, these are all allegations currently, but this is a person named Adam wrote. Yulia Vavilova, who accompanied Pavel during this trip to Paris and then disappeared, maybe a Mossad agent, according to the Daily Mail, because of course she is. So maybe everyone just set him up. The woman clearly could have. Obviously, the President Macron, whatever his name is, probably involved and implicit clearly as well. But that's the latest. Let me know if you think this is just another attack on free speech, or what do you think is really going on here? Let me know your thoughts, insights. I'll read your comments out loud before we dive into the next story of the day. Welcome everyone to the stream. Let's get it. 2,400 people here. Sup, JV? Shout out from Boston. Shout out Crypto Cologne. What it do? So if someone gets run over by a Ford, is Ford liable? Yeah, it seems to be that way. If someone dies from eating a hot dog, is Oscar Mayer liable? Apparently. It was all the Oscar Mayer Wiener commercials' fault. Macaroons. I love macaroons. Macron, whatever his name is, show. Time to sell my house? I don't know, Raja, is it? She's a spy, 100%, says KJam. Well, that was his downfall then, unfortunately. She is dangerously beautiful. Proceed with caution. She looks sus. Exactly. Mr. Bone Daddy. Very sus, to say the least.
We've been climbing, aim for $1 million.
And shout out Mexica Hodl. Again, anyone who reposts the live stream on X. Again, we got over 2,400 people here right now. I'm going to repost you. My promise. I'll follow you back and also shout you out. We can use all the reposts we can get, especially if you use a quote just like he did. Best Bitcoin show. Much appreciated, brother. Unwavering commitment to the biddy. Oh, if you can't afford Bitcoin, buy some. Says Neo Kaz. Unwavering commitment to the biddy. Well, I appreciate the tweet there, brother. Thank you for the repost. And thank you, Brian, as well. I see your projection, projecting Bitcoin hitting 395,000. He put my Bitcoin price prediction for 2025. The intelligence of a crowd is unwillingly accurate and far more reliable than the specialized knowledge of an individual within it. Right on, brother. I just reposted that as well. I'll review that on my own time some more. I love to see predictions, so good stuff. Keep the comments flowing. Always greatly appreciated. We still got a lot to share, a lot of good stories, a lot of good news, and then we'll, of course, have a good lit Q&A session as we always do each and every day. Let's go. Okay, next story of the day. Let's discuss a parabolic run-up. So I'm going to leave you with some bullishness, and then we're going to project Bitcoin making big moves, as well as the latest projections from Max Keiser regarding the U.S. government potentially seizing all the Bitcoin ETF BTC in the name of national security, and as well as something that just recently happened, which is very alarming, the nation of Israel confiscating the Bitcoin $3 billion worth allegedly from Palestinians through the Binance exchange, and Max's thoughts on this as well. But let's start here with the parabolic run-up. The headline reads, Bitcoin on the cusp of entering a parabolic phase if history repeats itself, says crypto analysts. In fact, here's the timeline. Here you go. So yeah, a crypto trader is saying that Bitcoin is on the cusp of turning very bullish. Now, keep in mind, we're post-halving, so it's that season. I'm also projecting extreme bullishness for the fourth quarter here, October through December, which is right around the corner after September. But anyways, Rat Capital shares with his subs that Bitcoin's in a reaccumulation phase and is getting really close to entering the parabolic phase of the cycle. That's right. Are you ready for the parabola, fam? According to this anonymous analyst, Bitcoin is weeks away from breaking out above the current record high of 73.8. That's right, which we achieved back in mid-March. Now, quoting the analyst Rat Capital, 214 days after the halving is typically when we are already breaking out into the new micro uptrend, because 214 days after the halving, we should be already on our way to new highs. And technically, we are over 2 months away from breaking out to new all-time highs and really enjoying that price discovery. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Now, Synonymous Analyst says that based on history, the bull market peak for this cycle could occur around September 2025, which is roughly 1 year from today. Quoting him here, if you think about how long it takes for Bitcoin to rally to a new all-time high, and to that, the ultimate bull market peak after the halving, it takes 546 days or 518 days. For example, in 2020 and 2021, it took 546 days after the halving to the bull market peak. And in this cycle of 2016, 2017, that took 518 days after the halving. So it just showcases to us that it takes 518 to 546 days after the halving to really have a bull market peak. So if history is to rhyme, we can anticipate September 2025, we have the cycle peak for the Bitcoin. Let me know if you agree or disagree. And better yet, where do you think that peak will land? Do you foresee multiple six figures? Let me know your thoughts. My personal projection, bear scenario, 222,000 for the cycle peak. Bull scenario, 750,000. Granted, that's a $500,000 range, but hey, Bitcoin has no top, fiat has no bottom, anything is possible. Previous studies are showing that owning 0.1 Bitcoin was going to be a huge deal. New studies are showing that 0.001 Bitcoin should be the new goal. Well, I think the goal should just be always accumulating Bitcoin. However, you never stop. So just because you hit the goal, mission accomplished. No, you just keep stacking the biddy. Yeah, I sent you some cheap solo miners on the Signal, says KJM. I have 6 languages in my head. That one isn't one of them. Portuguese, German, French, Spanish. Wow. Italian and English. I am not fluent, but always learning. Amazing dankness. Parabolic run, is there any doubt? From the first halving in 2012 up 98x to the second halving in 2016 up 48x. The third halving in 2020 up 14x. The fourth halving, it's up to us. That's right. It's up to us. And one thing's for sure.
They not like us.
They not like us. They not like us.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless.
Shapeless like water. Bitcoin still at around 59.5, family. Let's see if we can get back above 60,000. Welcome everyone to the live stream. We're going to be streaming at least for the next hour. So if you guys can repost this, spread the word, let people know. Let's go. Already 2,700 people on the stream. Hodl, hodl, hodl. K-Bull, 180. T-Bull, 580. Amen. Bring it.
I'm maxing, never stopping. Bitcoin is rising. We already hit 67K, and now we're aiming up, at that 69 speed G spot rocket taking off.
Shout out B-Side. I appreciate the repost. Shout out Crypto Colonel. Excellent podcast. Thanks. You're welcome, brother. Just reposted your broski. And again, thank you, Mexica Hodl, Neocause, Brian, the rest of you guys for reposting the stream. Much appreciated.
Everybody knows it's the magic.
Question from Jay Beasy. Were you rich before crypto? Define rich. I think everyone has a different definition there. Plan B's charts and algos are showing around 800 peak this cycle and settling around. Well, I'll just leave you with this. I made my first $1 million back in 2013, 2014. Just FYI. But I didn't know about Bitcoin back then. I didn't enter Bitcoin until like 2017. And then I relocated to Puerto Rico in 2018. And the rest is history. You feel me? So yeah, shout out Plan B, by the way. We actually covered his latest updates regarding the stock to flow model just the other day on the podcast. Let me know if you guys were on that. I think it was 2 episodes ago. So probably episode 1742. Today's episode 1744. And welcome everyone just joining us. What up, dough bitty boys? The Oracle, I am good. Nice, JV. Thank you, Shortcoin. I try. But anyways, I think we're going to get into our feature story here. You guys ready? We're going to be discussing the latest from the high priest, Max Keiser, and surrounding confiscation of Bitcoin, something you guys need to understand. So I'm going to do my best to clarify everything for you. And reminder to take your crypto off the exchanges and put it in self-custody. Nacho keys, nacho coins, nacho keys, nacho cheese. And if you don't own the keys, you don't own the crypto. Exchanges give you access to sometimes move your crypto, but they own it at the end of the day. And if they own it, that means they can confiscate it, especially if they get a letter from, higher ups. Let's just leave it at that. But you'll see what I'm talking about. We're about to dive right in. Shada Muhammad, what up? Tip Tyler, what up? And the rest of the fam, what it do? So yeah, let's get right into it, eh? All right, now for our featured story of the day. Max Keiser says Palestine could have bought Israel by now if they would have taken his advice back in 2013. So I'm going to show you all the receipts. We're going to be discussing this. We're also going to be discussing Bitcoin being confiscated recently. And this is big news. Israel sent a letter to Binance, the world's largest global exchange, and they basically confiscated, allegedly, all the Bitcoin from the Palestinians. Allegedly, $3 billion worth. Allegedly. So let's dive into all of this because this is freaking wild. And who's to stop the U.S. government or something similar happening to us? That's why you don't want to ever keep your crypto on the exchanges, because you don't own it. If it's not properly self-custodied, other people can get access to it. I'm telling you. And we've been warning you. And Max especially has been warning us for a very long time. He says the Bitcoin ETF, BTC, can and will, in his opinion, get confiscated by the U.S. government in the name of national security. And now we just had another nation this happen to. So if it can happen to another nation like Palestine, it can happen here. It can happen anywhere. That's the bigger picture. So yeah, let's break all of this down. Let's start with this tweet that he shared off the back of the news, which broke on August 27, 2 days ago. Breaking: cryptocurrency exchange Binance has seized all Palestinian assets at Israel's request. So all they had to do is just roll with me. It's probably in Hebrew here, so obviously we can't translate that. But the heads, maybe the president of Israel, messages or sends an executive order equivalent to Binance CEO Richard Tong, whatever his name is, and then they say, oh, in the name of national security, we got to take everyone's Bitcoin from if you live in Palestine's jurisdiction. That's what it sounds like. Now, Max retweeted and wrote, I wish Palestine had taken my advice in 2013. They could have bought Israel by now. Bitcoin has no riba. When I pitched this to some mullahs, they scoffed. And my apologies if I'm pronouncing any of this terminology wrong, because I'm obviously not from the Middle East. Should Palestine switch from the shekel to Bitcoin in their central bank? Add Bitcoin to reserves, and here's the proof. Here's the receipt. I think this is probably an old article in which he must have published. Let's see what comes up. And this is on RT. And like anything else, it's probably already censored and taken down, as RT took down everything related from the Keiser report. So now that I think about it, it's not going to show up anymore. But he does show a receipt that he did say that, and it is documented that he did say that. And that was all the way back in 2013, 11 years ago, back when Bitcoin was in its infancy, still probably, I would speculate, maybe less than $100, maybe even less than $10. I'm not sure. So other recent tweets, and this was actually a prediction he made in 2022. And again, I got the receipts. February 13th, 2022. Max made some bold predictions. He wrote, number 1, Kamala becomes president. Number 2, Hillary becomes the VP. Number 3, Kamala moves to the Supreme Court. Number 4, Hillary becomes president. And number 5, Trump runs and wins in 2024. And I just point this out because he made this prediction over 2 years ago, respect to the high priest. He also recently made another bold prediction. My prediction for Bukele's second term: the country's wealth will be controlled by the Salvadoran people running their own Bitcoin nodes. The president will pitch them ideas and they will crowdfund what they like. The social contract will have been reinvented by Bukele. El Salvador will run on a circular Bitcoin standard. The country will have no debt. El Salvador will run 10% of the global Bitcoin hash rate using the geothermal volcano energy, which is his vision for his company, Volcano Energy. And no central bankers will have any power. The IMF will be long gone. I love that personally. And more power to, the high priest, Bukele, and the beautiful people of El Salvador, a.k.a. thy savior. So let's see what other tweets I have. This was another tweet he shared. And then we'll get into the story a little more of what's going on. This was shared back on January 8th. I quoted him: "You're not protected against government seizure, and the U.S. government plans to seize all Bitcoin, ETF Bitcoin in the interest of national security." He's been preaching this for quite some time, and I've been echoing the sentiment. Number 1, government seizes the ETF for national security. Number 2, before they send you your U.S. dollars. Number 3, price moves up to $100,000. Number 4, you pay tax on the gain from the payout, and what's left, you buy Bitcoin at a price 100,000 higher. Number 5, price crashes. And number 6, you're now sitting on a net losing position from where you started. And this scenario can play out. Let me know if you agree or disagree. He also said, "My understanding is that Trump, when he wins, is announcing a plan to do the sailor for the U.S. Treasury." And another reason I got to respect him and show these receipts: he's the first one who speculated and made the prediction that when Trump spoke in Nashville recently at the Bitcoin conference, the largest Bitcoin conference there is, that he would make some form of announcement adopting Bitcoin and doing the sailor put, as he calls it. And lo and behold, it was correct. And guess what? Lamestream media outlets like Forbes and Fox and CNBC, it took them weeks after he shared it and I started sharing it in the pod. The same day he made the prediction, I started covering it in the podcast. So what does that tell us? We beat the mainstream media by several weeks worth of time. But now let's get back to the situation at hand regarding Palestine and Israel, because this has kind of been under the radar, but it's really happening in real time right now. So let's discuss it a little further. Max Keiser expressed regret that Palestine did not heed his advice in 2013 to adopt the leading digital coin we know as Bitcoin as legal tender, amid reports that the crypto exchange Binance froze all accounts belonging to citizens of the Middle Eastern nation of Palestine. What happened? Keiser shared his views on X, which I just actually read to you, some of those posts, which was pretty cool. And he also said, "I wish Palestine had taken my advice in 2013. They could have bought Israel by now." Keiser claimed that the country's Islamic clergy didn't take him seriously when he told them that Bitcoin had no riba, the Arabic term for interest that is forbidden under Islamic law. And we even had this is named the Patwa, but one of the heads of the Islamic circle come out and accept Bitcoin and believe that it did, it was, what's the term? I don't want to misquote it, but ultimately that it's viable for Muslims, Bitcoin, and that it's not a bad thing like some originally perceived it as. And again, here's the receipts. I already shared with you the actual post and the original, sharing that Binance seized all the Palestinian assets at Israel's request, which to me is mind-boggling, and that's why you got to take your crypto off the exchanges. Now, Keiser referenced his opt piece on Russia Today from August 2013, which we try to pull up, but like I said, I think they pulled down everything that he created on RT's publication. But this is an original quote: "Money can be sent in and out of Palestine completely unmolested by the international bankers who have conspired with Israel to keep Palestinians behind Israel's apartheid wall." And that's, again, quoting the high priest. Why does this matter? Kaiser's remarks came in the wake of the allegations that Binance, the largest exchange in the world, seized the Palestinian crypto assets at the behest of Israel. Binance, however, refuted these claims naturally, stating that only a small number of the accounts tied to illicit funding were restricted. That's according to the Binance CEO. Now, it's worth noting Binance had previously assisted Israel in the seizure of crypto accounts linked to Palestinian militant organization Hamas, which contradicts Keiser's aforementioned claims. So there you have it. Again, right now, this is all speculation, but word on the street is, Binance just seized all of, I heard $3 billion worth of cryptocurrency from Palestinians. The Binance CEO is denying it and saying only selected individuals, yada, yada, yada. Who really knows at the end of the day? But here's one thing that's for certain, in my honest view. If they can do it to Palestine, they can do it to the United States of America. No crypto is safe on the exchange. If the government wants it, they're going to take it, and only self-custodied Bitcoin is unconfiscatable. That's the only way your Bitcoin is unconfiscatable. If you have it in self-custody, anything on the exchange can be taken away from you. You understand that? I just want to be very clear. Okay, and my apologies if I'm referring to Palestine as a country or nation. I don't know. I was assuming, Greg. So he wrote, Palestine is not a country or a nation. They're basically a tribe. I assume they're a country. And I know at one point, Palestine was huge. And then Israel was formed. And then now Palestine is becoming smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert on this topic. That's just from what I've noticed. So correct me if I'm saying anything wrong. I'm no expert of the Middle East. FYI, I'm just reading the news. Okay? Okay, don't Palestinians use the Israeli fiat? I don't know. I will have to look that up, Jen. You might be right. It's just far seating the people. I agree, JB. Self-custody is important. Protect your biddies, family. Only you, just like Smokey the Bear said, only you can prevent a forest fire. Only you can prevent the confiscation of your biddies. So, facts. And welcome everyone on the stream. This is the Q&A segment. Feel free to share any comments or questions. I'm going to kick it with you guys for about an hour. So this is the Q&A segment of the stream. Welcome everyone just joining us. We already got 3,000 people here. So give it up for yourselves. Let's see if we can have over 4,000 people by the end of the stream. Palestine was Christian before the Muslim invasion on 1100 AD, says Rudy. No Binance. And by the way, I replaced the name Binance with Binance since Miss Yellen gave that speech referring to Binance as Binance. So for me, I reframed it to Binance. So if you ever hear me say Binance, I'm referring to Binance. I just think Binance sounds better. I think Janet Yellen's onto something. There's never been a country called Palestine. Thank you, DN. So what do we call it? Please tell me, what do we call it? What do I refer to it as? It was the article I read. It said it wasn't haram, but the multi said it was something. Matt is smoking more than Bitcoin if he thinks the U.S. would never allow that. If you trust your government, so be it. Some people have trust for their government, and God bless them. I don't have any of that trust. That's just me. People call themselves Palestinian. Lebanon was Christian too until 1990-ish. Plug into the CNA Discord. Thanks for the reminder, Streamlabs. We do have a Discord. Jose Cuevo, welcome. JV shouting out the other band YouTube channels. Respect, JV. Simply is, that's right. We got Simply Bitcoin back from the ashes. So congratulations, Simply Bitcoin. Glad our community could band together and support fellow, Bitcoin content creators, because it's not the last time it'll happen. I get terminated every year. Every year. So he reached out to me. He's like, JV, I heard you've been terminated. What'd you do? I'm like, not only have I been terminated, I get terminated every year. And I said, we got to put the pressure on them. You got to get the broskies behind us, and we got to put the pressure on them. And that's precisely what we did. And would it take 3-4 days? They reinstated his channel. So pretty cool. And we won't be the last channels to be terminated. That's a fact. So we gotta stick up for fellow Bitcoin content creators when they get unjustly terminated, because it'll happen to us again. And we want their support when it happens to us. And that's just how we roll. Honestly, Israel and Palestinian territories is the best name. Well, thank you. So they're considered territories. Good to note. Makes sense to me. In Puerto Rico, this is a territory of the United States of America. Philistines occupied Gaza many years ago. People from the Greek islands that ate the pork. This is DN. Word up.
But watch how it goes. When we hit the 69K, we will continue to grow.
Shout out Charlene. There you are. I could have bought Maui, in the island in freaking Hawaii, Maui. Back in 2012, I covered the story, Bloomberg News Radio in Hawaii, but back then it was called an internet scam. Oh no, they referred to Bitcoin as the internet scam. Damn it. Sucks how that works. Crazy how powerful the FUD really is. I just reposted you, Charlene, and thank you again. We got already a ton of reposts. I see 21 reposts. So you guys are awesome. Always greatly appreciated. And thank you, Max Keiser, for the repost. That's why we got over 3,000 people on the stream right now. JB, do me a favor and hit me after the show. I'm going to send you a rough draft of the book to you so you can see how I plan to use. Yes. And to skip a step, just send it to my email, cryptonewsalerts11@gmail.com. In case I forget to reach out to you, that'd be best. And when I check my email, I'll have it sitting in there and just put Dankness's ebook in the subject so it stands out. Those that say Palestine was never a country are the same that say nobody in America when the Europeans arrived. Yeah, it's crazy, yo. It's crazy what's going on in the Middle East. And if it can happen there, what makes us so special that it can't happen here? It's kind of my logic. So prepare, protect yourself now, just in case. Just in case. We don't know what the future holds. And now we're only 300 away from retesting 60 Gs, baby.
Let it flow, 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 flow. Magic cosmic fire, the rocket is fueled up. Prepare.
All right, so those say that Palestine was never a country are the same. Yeah. Okay, U.S. residents are not supposed to use it. 10-4. Cheers, Dankness. Looking forward to checking it out. New ebook in the works. I once found the source for baklava, Middle Eastern sweets, Sydney. I moved the next door and distributed them, had a factory right on. Name of the Israel president in 1941. What is it, Moro? What is the capital of Palestine? I honestly don't know. I don't even know if that's a trick question. But either way, it's not a good look when your assets are being seized. It's not a good look. To quote Lawrence of Arabia, I was a river to my people. I always brought baklava when I visited my friends. Am I pronouncing that right, Adam? Is it delicious? Do I have to Google this and search for some here in Puerto Rico? America was empty. Chill out. Israel is a something recognized country. For just after World War II, they took a chunk of the land, swamp, and desert no bigger than the New Jersey and turned it into the 4th largest fruit producer. That is wild. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Was it the Rothschild family that founded Israel in the early 1900s? I don't have that story in front of me, but I read about that. Moro says there was no Israel in 1941. The Tartarian Empire rewrites all history. We can build those stone buildings like the last. Right on, Rudy. A fascinating topic right there. All of that aside, I've been tuning into your show since 2021. Much respect to Michael. Greatly appreciate that's 3-4 years of dedication. Respect. Appreciate it, brother. Modern nation states were not relevant until quite recently. The territory of Palestine has its own Arabs. They're a nation without a state. Yes, the Balfour Declaration, says Brian. So good. I had a Greek friend from Cyprus. He makes the best Greek food. Speaking of Greek food, infamous in Clearwater, where I'm from. I had a lot of good Greek food as well. Big Greek population out there. Send book 1 and book 2 is rough as what? Oh, wow. You already finished the first one, brother. But one is starting to get finalized. Nice. Nacho keys, nacho cheese. It was the Rothschilds. So my speculation was right. Just like that. Just like that. And we all know Jekyll Island, is it called, where the Federal Reserve was founded. You had the Rothschilds, all the wealthy families, the banking families, what are the other ones? I forget their name. Rockefellers, all these guys. They all met Jekyll Island and they figured out, here's what we're going to do. And they created the Federal Reserve, which is nothing federal about it. It's a private controlled group of central banking cartels. And then they also form the IRS to collect taxes on their debt in which they create. So this was all plotted. I mean, it's not a coincidence. Draw a line on the map. Guess what? You can't see them from the jet or the satellite. Me likes Greek food. Jordan was originally intended to be the new Jewish state. Ancient Judea, Samaria equals Jordan. Good to note, Adam. Christian Zionism was also a big thing until before World War II. Tarpon Springs is the spot. Yeah. Not far from me, where I used to live. That one nice Greek one right in the middle of town. Yep, I know all about Tarpon Springs, Joe. I used to travel through there every day when I went to my boxing gym in Dunedin, Pinellas County, representing. There are Roman-type structures all over the world, not just Europe. Explain that. Tartaria. You're right. And there was advanced civilizations all around the world as well. There are pyramids all around the world. Even Japan, China, there's pyramids. And we don't talk about those pyramids. Some of them are under the water, but they've all been discovered. So there were definitely ancient civilizations a long time ago that ran-ish, that have better, superior technology than we have today. Things that make you go, But anyways, we got roughly 3,200 people on the stream. We're going to continue, but on the uncensored platforms. That way I can speak more openly. So we're going to continue with the uncensored version of the pod, exclusive on X and Rumble. So if you're on YouTube right now, you ain't got to go home, but you had to head on over to the Rumble if you want to continue on the stream for the uncensored extended version of the pod. We do this every day. We switch to the uncensored. So it's rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Again, rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. And let's get ready to rumble. YouTube stream should be fading out any moment now, and we'll switch it out. Michael Dell is going to do a sailor.